Hello YouTube, welcome to another one of my Duel Links videos, and today I have for you another deck request from one of my members. This time we are doing a 30 card deck for Apps. Apps really likes 30 card decks, so I'm not surprised that he requested another one. What his request had, he wanted me to use Elemental Grace Doriado alongside World Legacy Guard Dragon Mardark, which I've used in a Gemini deck before. He wanted it to be a 30 card deck, and pretty much he left the engine up to me. As long as I have one duel in which I summon both World Legacy Guard Dragon and Elemental Grace Doriado. So the slight synergy that they have is that if your World Legacy Guard Dragon gets destroyed by battle by card effect, you can search a level 9 or add a level 9 from your graveyard or hand, meaning Elemental Grace Doriado. So that's why we can afford to just run one of them, and even though we're running grass, because if it goes to the grave we can add it back once, or World Legacy leaves the field by, you know, being destroyed by battle card effect. The rest of the deck, it's a mix of a Guard Dragon engine with Blue Eyes, and basically we're trying to have all 6 attributes excluding Divine, so that we can summon Elemental Grace Doriado. So we have one dark, actually we have 4 darks, we have a bunch of lights, a couple of fire, couple of water, 3 earths, and 3 wind. So we want at least one of them in the grave for Doriado, but if we don't get Doriado, that's fine, because the deck itself is pretty good. You already know what White Stone of Ancients does, you already know what Keeper of the Shrine does. We have 3 Dragard, so when this card is normal summon, you can target one normal monster with 1000 attack or less in your graveyard, special summon that target in face-up defense position. Once per turn you contribute 1 dragon type monster, then target 1 face-up monster you control until the end phase. Its level becomes 8, and if it does, it gains 800 attack. So I never used the second effect, but the first effect is kind of like Junk Synchron. All of our tuners are targets, so we can go into a level 5, or we can go into a level 6 with you know, the Dragard. For the level 5 we have Armades, and for the level 6 we have Celestial. You guys already know what Mardark does. You banish 2 normal monsters from your hand or graveyard, special summon this card, and then if it gets destroyed by battle you get to search your level 9. A really cool effect though is that all monsters your opponent controls lose 500 attack and defense for each dragon type monster you control. So if you set up a full board with all your dragons, I mean everything but Doriado is a dragon, all your opponent's monsters lose 1500 attack and defense, which is insane. You can get over so many things just with this guy on the field, and that's why the deck works and it's so good. The second card that's probably the best card in the deck, we have Guard Dragon Garmites. We'll call him Garmites. If a normal monster is sent to your graveyard except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is in your graveyard, you can send 1 dragon type monster from your hand to the graveyard, add this card to your hand. You can only use each effect once per turn. So there's a few scenarios in which you want to special summon this, but it does help. If your opponent's trying to go for game and they destroy like a face down tuner, you can summon this, you know, to protect yourself from the following attack. If you send the dragon from your hand to the graveyard to add this back to your hand, and that dragon is a normal monster, you can just special summon this to the field outright, which is good. You can use him to go into level 5s. You can use him to go into your Black Rose Dragon, which is not very likely, but it does happen. So basically you'd go into a level 5 first, and then, you know, have a level 2 tuner to go into level 7, or go into level 6 with Dragard. Excuse me, and then go into with your Flambow Guard, go into level 7, or you could have 2 Garmites with 1 Flambow Guard and go into Black Rose Dragon. Even though it's really unlikely that I go into Black Rose Dragon, it seemed like such an important tech that I just threw it in there. But yeah, this card is really good. 2 Blue Eyes, so we can special summon them with White Stone of Ancients. Same goes for Dragon Spirit of White. 2 Flambow Guards because they're a tuner and they are fire. 1 Galaxy Serpent. This could have been another Guard Dragon Justicia, but I was like, what if I need that 1000 attack? so I just threw one serpent in here. For our spells, we have the 3 grass, pretty obvious. 1 unexpected die, so you can go into turn 1 synchro place. 1 silver scry, 1 mausoleum of white. I didn't get to use this card a lot, but I wasn't sure what to throw in there, and I was like, let's just try mausoleum because we can send blue eyes, we can send the tuners. So basically, we can send a light, a fire, or a water to the grave, and maybe that can give us our Doriado. And then 1 Shuffle Reborn. I really like Shuffle Reborn in grass decks because you can draw from it, you can special summon. It works pretty well. The rest of the extra deck is the level 9 engine, which is 1 Vermilion and 1 Ashrise Silver Dragon. Spell Specialist, so we can try to open grass in most of the duels. But yeah, that's it for the deck explanation. Sorry it was kind of long, but there was a lot of cards to go over. And yeah, the deck was pretty fun. It's a 30 card deck, so it's gonna have its consistency issues. But once it gets going, you know, you have a lot of things to throw at your opponent. Here we're going second, and I have double grass, and a World Legacy. It's an insane opening hand. We're going to Grass Looks Greener, immediately going to Silver Scry. Banish the back row, which I was hoping was a final battle. Turns out is a enemy controller, and I could have played around this. I milled a... Oh no, I couldn't have played around it because there's no blue eyes. Okay. Yeah, I remember lamenting that I didn't have a blue eyes that I could add back because, you know, he's able to steal my Dragon Spirit of White to go into his Subterror. But we're still going to get rid of the Subterror. Keep him in a top deck situation, even though he does get a Nemesis Warrior. We're gonna get a blue eyes at the end phase, so it felt like a fair trade. Especially since I have a second World Legacy in my hand. So we're gonna go for Mass Tribute, set another monster. And now we're just gonna summon our second Mardark. And it's really important to know how to attack so that you can force the Umastrix to banish the card you want him to banish. So I'm attacking with World Legacy first. Keep in mind, all of his monsters are losing 1500 attack and defense, so even my tiny Garmites can get over the Umastrix. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack the Unknown face down first. Sucks for him because he draws into final battle and immediately has to send it to the grave. So now that I'm attacking with Garmites, he's forced to either take 3000 damage from this blue eyes or banish the blue eyes right now. And he banishes the blue eyes. So his monsters are still going to be losing 1000 attack and defense. And then he scoops. So very aggro deck. We did get kind of lucky that there wasn't a whole lot of back row for us to deal with. You have your White Stone of Ancients and stuff like that to get rid of it, but it's hard when there's a lot of back row for you to get over. Like I actually lost one duel against Amazoness just because I couldn't keep up. I was destroying back row. I banished like 3 back row because I had an Asheros that was just constantly summoning my Dragon Spirit of White, and I still lost. So he's gonna go Lab Builder into a Subterror Behemoth, and because of my Grass Looks Greener, I have a pretty easy. I think I have the OTK. Yeah, so we're just gonna special summon the Garmites because we send a monster to the grave. Now we're gonna special summon the Galaxy Serpent, and I could have gone into either Armades or my Wolf, but I decided to just go for the level 9. Destroy the Stygo Kraken. Special summon World Legacy, and then try to go for game. He does have the Sphere Kribo, but what is he gonna do against this field once I summon a Blue Eyes with 1 card? Yeah, he's gonna scoop. Next we have a Yami Yugi. I want to say, I can't remember, I think it's the next one where I'm able to summon the Doriado. Spoiler alert. Okay, so this time we're going first. And I decided to just go ahead and make my play. We're gonna summon everything, overextend a little bit. Actually, I didn't summon either of this because I sent 2 White Stone of Vengeance, so I wanted to make sure I would get both my Blue Eyes. And again, 1500 attack reduction. Look at that Magician's Rod. He's gonna add 1000 Knives. Goes for the Econ take here, and it's fine. So he destroys my Blue Eyes. My Mardark is in not in danger. I attack into the back row and they just scoop. So I guess they were all bluffs. I was very surprised in this duel, but I kept it in there. This is the one. I think. Pretty sure this is the one. Spell Specialist. We're going first. So when I have Grass and I have Shuffle Reborn with a tuner, I'm just licking my lips because I'm like, oh, that's a turn 1 Asherize if I mill a Blue Eyes. But I never did. Instead, I have to use Shuffle Reborn to summon a Dragon Spirit of White and go for a Vermilion. But it would have been a safer turn 1 play to just put the Asherize in defense mode and then I get a normal the next turn. But still, we're just gonna try to intimidate my opponent with all these monsters. And look at what he does. Chariot in Mado into Labyrinth builder. I'm like, okay, Black Rose Dragon, but that's fine. He already used his normal summon, and I finally get to use my World Legacy secondary effect along with my Vermilion effect. So Vermilion is going to add my Galaxy Serpent 1000 attack tuner to the hand, and my World Legacy is going to add Doriado to my hand, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is exact lethal. We're gonna special summon the Doriado with a fat 3000 attack and my 1000 attack Serpent. That is why the Serpent was there, for a situation like that where I needed the attack more than the defense. So there's the duel, apps. As you requested, I summoned World Legacy and I summoned Doriado. And this last duel was very, very weird. I'm going second. I've never played this guy before. I checked my duel log, but for some reason he goes for this turn 1 play, which is a little fishy. He goes for Kiko the Ghost Destroyer, Illusion Magic, draws 2, or gets 2 Dark Magician. He goes for Cosmo Brain, tributes the Cosmo Brain to summon a Dark Magician. And I'm like, what is going on here? Why is he overextending this much? And then he goes the Eye of Timaeus, and I'm like, okay, he wants to summon Amulet Dragon. That's cool. Maybe he likes the card, right? He'll set up a float. If I destroy him, he'll get a Dark Magician. I kind of see it. No. He summons a Dark Paladin, which is crazy good against me because I'm running dragons, but I'm like, how did he know that I was running dragons? He doesn't even have a card in hand to negate a spell. He just flat out went Dark Paladin. So my only outs to Dark Paladin are Black Rose Dragon and Vermilion. So I'm trying to figure out how to do that. We're gonna special summon the Garmites. I have another one in the graveyard, so I can either go into try to go into Black Rose Dragon with 2 Garmites and my Flambeau Guard, or go into my Vermilion using the Justicia. I'm just hoping he destroys either my level 2 tuner or the Dragon Spirit of White. He destroys the Dragon Spirit of White, which is good. Now we can go for the level 9 Synchro play. Special summon the Garmites. Go into Armades first, because that's a level 5. Summon the Flame Guard. Now I have 9 on the board. And we're going to special summon Vermilion Dragon Mech. Now, I could have won the following turn, but I'm a forehead and I forgot. You can activate Garmite's effect to add it to your hand twice, more than once per turn. So I was thinking, okay, I'll do it next turn if I draw a dragon, or if I use my White Stone of Vengeance to add the Blue Eyes back. So I'm thinking, okay, I can add my my Garmites, and I don't want to attack into Destiny Draw. But then I don't draw a dragon and I forget that I have White Stone of Ancients, so I just pass again. And then my opponent scoops because I guess he was mad that I was playing around the Destiny draw and I got rid of his Dark Paladin. I don't know. Either way, it was really satisfying to out a 9,900 attack monster off the field. But yeah, this is Ab's request. I hope he enjoys this, and all of you as well. Thank you so much for watching. As always, like, comment, and subscribe if you want. Join my Discord if you haven't. The link will be down in the description. Along with my PayPal link if you guys want to support my channel, support my content. I really appreciate that. And until next time.